Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. Following up on the Grey Knights Combat Patrol video which we did yesterday, also mysteriously absent is the Thousand Suns Combat Patrol, despite their codex being released at the same time as the Grey Knights, which was a good few weeks ago now. So while we wait for an official release date for the Combat Patrol, let's take a look at what is coming in the box and see if it's going to be worth the wait. And this box is interesting. It's kind of like the Death Guard Combat Patrol box in that the contents are not really what you would expect from a Thousand Suns box. Very much like the Hexfire box, you get your Scarab Occult Terminators, which are very good at the moment and a very welcome addition. You also get the brand new Infernal Master, which again is a very useful unit and a great looking model. It does have a bit of overlap in that he is already in the Hexfire box, so if you've got that, that may put you off this Combat Patrol a bit, because realistically you aren't going to need two of these models in your army, so this might just be a model that you decide to sell off, or maybe even convert into a regular sorcerer if you did already get the Hexfire box. And then in the weirdest, mind-boggling decision, instead of the regular troops of the Rubric Marines, which is what you would expect from a Thousand Suns box, they've replaced the 10 Zangors and the Zangor Shaman from Hexfire with 20 Zangors instead. Yep, the unit that arguably got hit the hardest in the new Thousand Suns Codex, and which most people probably already have enough of anyway, get a huge 20-man squad in this Combat Patrol to add to your armies. And it's just weird. It's a unit which I really can't see anyone needing if they already have a Thousand Suns army, or if you're starting a new Thousand Suns army that you're really going to want to pick up. What you're going to want is some Rubric Marines for your troops, not 20 Zangors. I mean, if you're running a pure narrative Zangor themed army, or maybe you didn't get Hexfire and you are just starting brand new from scratch the Thousand Suns, then sure, this box might be good because the Terminators and the Infernal Master are great, and it might not be a terrible idea to at least have some Zangors if you are completely new, to have as objective holders or anything like that. It's just such an odd choice for the Combat Patrol when a 10-man squad of Rubric Marines would have been so much better, not only from a tabletop and a fluff perspective, but I would argue probably from a sales perspective as well. And from a savings point of view, compared to the Grey Knights box, this one isn't actually all that bad. Although the individual unit kits you get aren't all that fantastic, for the same £85 of the other Combat Patrols, the contents come to £35 for the Terminators, £25 or so for the new Infernal Master, and then £55 for the two sets of 10 Zangors. So in total you're getting £115 worth of models for £85, which doesn't sound great on the face of it. But the thing about this Combat Patrol is that the Zangors kit doesn't actually come with the bolt pistol and chainsword weapon combo. That is a separate upgrade sprue, which are £8 each. So if they include 4 of those so that you can outfit all 20 Zangors as they come in the Combat Patrol picture, so you'd assume they would include 4 of the upgrade sprues, that brings you to a full total of £147 worth compared to the £85 price. So that does actually give you a massive saving of £62, and that does actually equate to a much higher than usual 42% saving on the box. So when you think about it that way, that sounds pretty amazing. But let's be real here. The upgrade sprues for the Zangors are really not worth considering a bonus in any way. Realistically, they should be in the Zangors box anyway, so this is pretty much just a case of getting an artificially inflated box price, which seems like a better saving just because they have to throw in those upgrade sprues, or else people would be even more pissed off with the rubbish contents. I think if we look at it objectively, upgrade sprues aside, you are essentially only getting a saving of around £25, despite if you went through what you'd pick up everything from the GW website, it seems like a lot more. I think the real savings when you get down to what should be in the Zangor's box comes to around £25, which is roughly 23% savings. So again, it is far, far less than you are getting in pretty much any of the other combat patrols available at the moment. And then of course this issue is compounded even further by, unlike the Grey Knights box, this one doesn't even have the advantage of being really good in terms of getting you some useful customizable squads to help grow or start your army. This is quite honestly a really bad combat patrol in terms of contents, and unless you are in desperate need of new Terminators, everything else in this box is really not something you're going to want if you've already picked up Hexfire. And even if you haven't picked up Hexfire, a single combat patrol box will realistically be all you will need, unlike the 2 or the 3 or even 4 that you could very easily pick up for the Grey Knights. In my mind, it's just really bizarre. It's honestly such a poor box in terms of contents and in terms of price, and unless there's anything hidden which we haven't seen in the Codex picture, it feels like a huge miss on GW's part for both new and established Thousand Sons players, which is a shame because I think their new army rules and their new codex and abilities are actually top notch in terms of army power and sort of army fluff in 9th edition. It's just this combat patrol box really does let them down. But there we go, the very disappointing, almost worthless Thousand Sons combat patrol. What do you think of the contents? Am I way off the mark, or do you think, like me, this is quite possibly the worst combat patrol that we have seen yet? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later guys.